Alright, what's going on, guys? Trev back again, here to bring you another video. This one's going to be doing a video leading up to the start for The Walking Dead Season 11. We got the names of all 8 of the first episodes of Season 11, the titles, and also the synopses for the first 2, as well as we're going to go into Laurie Holden, who played Andrea in The Walking Dead, being cast for the boys. Alright, so definitely want to do a video giving our thoughts on this one. They're releasing these updates around every Thursday, Friday-ish, up until the premiere for The Walking Dead Season 11, which is August 22nd. So we will have some new, likely teasers, trailers, information. This week they dropped these titles on us for all of the 8 episodes of the first third. Usually we consider that to be a half, but for the first third of The Walking Dead Season 11, the final season of Walking Dead. Here we got them. So we'll go through the titles first and these synopses for the first couple. So the first episode for The Walking Dead Season 11, 1101, is called Acheron Part 1. Episode 2 is called Acheron Part 2. So we have kind of like a double. We have Acheron Part 1 and Acheron Part 2, unless you say Acheron. And I looked it up as to what that means. And so Acheron or Acheron is, in Greek mythology, Acheron was known as the River of Woe and was one of the 5 rivers of the Greek underworld. And I think there is actually a river named after it in Greece. So that's pretty cool. We'll have to see what that what that amounts to as far as Daryl and the gang and how that's going to affect them in these couple of episodes. But it sounds like the first 2 episodes of Season 11 are bananas, are really, really good. I like that they've also named it Part 1 and Part 2. And I think Arachnophobia said that he's seen the episodes they leaked or something, and then they were taken down. I don't know if he was just saying that, if he was just making that up or anything, because I didn't really hear anyone else say that the first 2 episodes of Season 11 were leaked already. But don't know, maybe he was able to get a view, and then they scrubbed it pretty quickly before it kind of got out there. So far as I know, it hasn't gotten out there to where everybody's seen it. But so the first episodes, Acheron Part 1 and Acheron Part 2. 1103 is called Hunted, so that's pretty cool, right? Someone being hunted. Maybe that has to do with the Reapers. Something to do with Pope. Is that the leader of the Reapers' name? I guess we'll have to see. But so that one's Hunted. 1104 is called Rendition. Okay, so hard to a rendition of what? Hard to really predict anything based on that. 1105 is called Out of the Ashes. 1106 is called On the Inside. 1107 is called Promises Broken. And then 11, maybe that has to do with Commonwealth, maybe. Something to do with that. Negotiations, Promises Broken. Makes me think of it. And then 1108 is called For Blood. And then that would make it we usually would call a mid-season finale, but because there's 3 parts of the season, I guess it's the finale for the first third of the season. So Acheron, 1101, the first episode, director Kevin Dowling, writers Angela Kang and Jim Barnes. The description is, returning to Alexandria from a critical food mission, the group realizes it isn't enough. Maggie proposes a new plan, potentially a suicide mission. What choice do they have? They must find more food for all of their people in order to survive and efficiently rebuild Alexandria. If they don't, Alexandria falls, taking them down with it. Well, yeah, to add in here, if you don't have food, your community people are going to turn on each other pretty quickly once they get hungry, right? So once on the road, a violent storm erupts, forcing them underground into a subway tunnel, which I think we've seen that picture for these episodes, which looks really cool. As nerves fray and suspicions increase, chaos ensues. The terror is relentless as our people get a glimpse of what Maggie and her group endured prior to returning to Alexandria. Meanwhile, those captured by the strange soldiers are relocated to another undisclosed location. So this really sounds like this new group, the Reapers. It almost makes me think of like Fear the Hunters from the comic, but they never did really adapt that to the television series version. Kind of there was Terminus and all that, but it really didn't adapt that well in terms of the comic feel, where it had a predator, stalker type of feel, like they're being watched, whatever. They just used it a little bit back in the Walking Dead season 5 after Terminus. So they kind of switched that up. I wouldn't really consider that to be the Hunter story arc. It's quite different from the comic version. So maybe they're going to use something like what we saw in the comics, in a Fear the Hunters type of thing with the Reapers, which is really cool. We sort of saw that before with one of them. It's kind of like a survivalist hunter type of group, so that could be really cool. So that's 1101. The second episode, which is the follow-up after that, Acheron Part 2, Kevin Dowling directing as well, and same, Angela Kang, Jim Barnes. The group discovers a member did not make it to safety inside the subway car, surrounded by walkers going back into the tunnel. To search is a guaranteed death wish. All eyes are on Negan as the rule of survival shifts. It is no longer no man left behind. The motto now is we keep going. With very little ammo and energy remaining, the group must ready themselves as the walkers have found a way inside the subway train. Oh yeah, we see that in the one picture too. Meanwhile, Daryl is in his own intense, hellish situation trying to find Dog and finding more than he expected. Maybe fighting Reapers, right? And Yumiko challenges the process at the Commonwealth outpost, which threatens her future and that of Eugene, Ezekiel, and Princess. Okay, so it sounds like the group that's at the Commonwealth will likely still be there. That's like, Eugene, Yumiko, Ezekiel, and Princess. So they're going to be still there. They haven't come back or anything in these first couple of episodes. And then the group that's going looking for food, the Alexandria group, is like, our old school group, Daryl, Maggie, and the others that are still there. All right, so that sounds pretty good. So definitely leave your comments below. What do you guys think is going to happen? Your predictions below for these episodes based on the names. What does it make you think of? And how excited are you to see this new group they're going to encounter? The ones that kind of defeated Maggie and the others and forced them to kind of flee. So the next one we have is for The Boys. So The Boys Season 3 is shaping up to be very cool. There were some rumblings that we might see JDM, Negan, in The Boys. As a character, so I would love to see that. I don't know if that's been confirmed yet, if he's definitely going to be in it or not. I'm not sure. I just know that there was some stuff about it, but I didn't hear if it's 100% legit, or maybe I've forgotten, and maybe it is. I hope he's in The Boys Season 3. If you guys haven't seen The Boys on Amazon Prime, it's fantastic. Really, really fun series. A lot of fun. I enjoy it a lot, the first 2 seasons. There's some really dark parts, though, so if you're a bit squeamish, you can skip those. But it's very fun, that's for sure. So it has now cast Laurie Holden, who was Andrea in The Walking Dead. So yeah, so we're going to see Andrea, we're going to see Laurie in The Boys, which is awesome. And she's going to take on the role of Crimson Countess. I don't know, in the TV series version. So I haven't actually read The Boys comic all the way through. I thought about it, and maybe I will, because the TV series is turning out to be really fantastic. So maybe I should. But, it'll be cool to see her in it. It says that the character was like influenced by Scarlet Witch or that type of thing. So that could be really cool. There's also Jensen Ackles, who's going to be in it as Soldier Boy in Season 3. So I don't know, and it doesn't say necessarily for JDM whether or not that was completed or not. But if he is signed up for it, maybe they want to keep it sort of under wraps until trailer time or something. That could be the case. And then we got a few comments from you guys. Arachnophobia, I mentioned before, said Season 11 premiere leaked. Just now saw both the episodes. Simply mind-blowing. So that's the comment I got. Is it true? Is it not true? I don't know. Arachno, if you watch this, if you're a subscriber, let us know. How did you watch the first 2 episodes of Season 11 of Walking Dead? And don't post any major spoilers or anything, but how did you get to see them? Because that's a major leak if the first 2 episodes of Season 11 got leaked somewhere online already. Unless you had like inside reach or something to be able to grab a copy and watch it or something. So let us know. I'm intrigued by your comment and I want you to follow up on it. Phil D187 said, yeah, man, I noticed I was unsubscribed from your channel, Trev, and I know I didn't do it myself. YouTube is weird sometimes. I'm watching videos for over 3 years now. Maybe I accidentally did it or something. Probably not, no. So that's another one. I've had, 5 to 10 people tell me that. So if you're not subscribed to the channel and you're casually watching, if you wouldn't mind subscribing, I appreciate it. Yeah, YouTube does these games where if you get strikes and stuff, then they kind of, or if you get put in the YouTube doghouse, sometimes they will systematically remove subscribers from your channel after. Sometimes people just unsubscribe anyway, right, too? Sometimes they delete old accounts already. But I've had about 5 to 10 subscribers tell me, hey, Trev, they unsubscribe me from you, just to let you know. It's like, wow, cool, YouTube. That's real cool, man. I appreciate that. So I've heard, it's happened to other people, too, that I've heard of. It's never happened to me before. So YouTube, please stop doing that, would you? I'd appreciate it. All words are made up. Void says, hey, Trev, thanks for sticking to making good videos. Have you ever come to a point where you think you don't care for Walking Dead anymore since it has gotten progressively worse with killing Carl and removing Rick, and Rick movies never coming up? Well, all words are made up. I do, and then Voids too. I do. Sometimes I get sad that we haven't seen the Walking Dead movies yet. I still have faith that we'll see them probably after the series is over. They'd be crazy not to do it. It's just going to work, like, easily. There's lots of movie studios and stuff that greenlight stuff that, they don't even know if it's going to work. This is a guaranteed it will work. There's no doubt about it. So they're going to do it at some point. They'd be crazy not to. And so, yeah, but with making the videos, yeah, I always love making videos with you guys. It's one of my favorite things to do. I enjoy it more than almost anything else, playing video games or anything. It's a lot of fun. So, yeah, thank you for your appreciation for still watching videos and everything. And all words and everything and good stuff. But, yeah, I always enjoy Walking Dead. When it's on, I always love it. If there's new comic issues, even the Clementine series, which is coming up soon, I want to check that out and see if that's any good. But I always love Walking Dead. It never really disappoints me. Sometimes I watch different series on Netflix or Amazon or whatever, and I think, oh, this sucks or whatever. Like Black Summer Season 2 is a little bit disappointing for me. It's just chaos and crazy stuff everywhere, and it's like, this really is not that good. But I never really feel that way with Walking Dead. But I understand that Walking Dead has some character deaths like Carl and Glenn and the others that are a little bit, people get mad and they rage quit. They don't want to watch after because of it. But they're trying to be faithful to that world. It's what it is. And then sometimes contract negotiations don't go well and stuff like that. And you don't know, someone might leave or whatever. There's not much you can do about it. But I'm glad that they've done a great job of it. I think it's an amazing adaptation from the comics. Even better than the comics, I think, originally. Like, The Boys is better than the comic version. The Walking Dead TV series is better than the comic version, I'd say. At least in my opinion, anyway. Yeah, man, good stuff. So, a few others here. I guess we'll keep it to just Walking Dead for this one. But we may have a live stream coming up tonight. We'll see. The Vivid Kiwi wants to do a video on how the Earth is bigger than the Sun in the geocentric model. So the Vivid Kiwi, maybe we'll do that. Maybe we'll go into that tonight. We'll get some pictures and stuff and look at it. But basically, if you look at time lapses of the Sun, very cool. Or if you look at zoom camera footage of the Sun after it's already gone over the horizon, that's pretty cool. But what I think is the best one to do is if you Google images of the Sun, in cloud cover and look at the angle of the sun's rays through clouds. You can do it with lots of different pictures too if you want to, but basically if you do trig with it, if you triangulate the position, if you look at the angle of the rays as they approach it, right, and you do the trig for it, you can high school trigonometry, sine, cos, tangent, the whole thing, you can get basically the distances and you can get the angle from where it's taken. And people have done this in the past before too, before kind of the system that we've been sort of voluntold to have now, mandatory system we have, right? But if you do that, you'll find that if you measure it that way, you'll find that it's actually only a few, somewhere between, it probably varies a little bit, but usually around a few thousand miles up. So instead of 93 million miles away, you get like a few thousand miles. Take a look at it if you want to see it. It's really cool stuff. It's a different model than what you're given, in your public education system. Take a look at it. See what you think. Maybe we can go into it more tonight in tonight's live stream. Anyway, that'll be it for this Walking Dead video today, guys. Have yourself a great day, and I may see you again tonight at around 9 p.m. Eastern or so. As always, this is Trev, and I'm saying peace. Later, guys. See you soon.